Hey everyone, so this video is about a program called KDE Connect, which is an open source program that I've used on Linux for years. There's KDE Connect for the KDE, the K desktop environment for Linux, and there's also GS Connect for the GNOME desktop environment. And I know GNOME doesn't sound like it's pronounced correctly, as it should be GNOME, but that's just how Linux weirdos pronounce it. So KDE Connect is made for connecting your Android phone or tablet to your PC, and it's now become available for Windows. It's something that I didn't realize until I read this here on itsfos.com, so you can look for that website if you want to, which gives basically the same info I'm about to give you, and it has this link to the Microsoft Store. Currently, it says it's in beta, but I can tell you everything that I've tried on it, it works as well as the Linux version anyways. It works well. You can get it from the Microsoft Store, and as far as I know, the only way to get it is this link. What I mean is if you search for KDE Connect on the Microsoft Store, I don't think you'll find it. And so here is the actual link to the software. I know that's a big long thing, so I'm going to try to remember to copy paste it into the description below, but if I don't, maybe somebody else could copy paste it in there into the comments for me. But at any rate, so what is KDE Connect? So basically, you install the KDE Connect app on your phone itself, and then you install it on your desktop, and it gives you some features. So I'm going to open it up on here. When you do, you'll get this persistent notification up here that will say that KDE Connect is either not connected to anything or what it is connected to. And it'll say send files, because it assumes that's what you're using it most often for. What I actually use it for is for messaging and for notifications. So once I connect, I can get a notification on my phone which will show up down here in the notification center in Windows, which is nice. Because if I get a message, it pops right up. I can actually reply from here, and that works for SMS and for WhatsApp. It might work for others. It might work for Messenger and stuff, but I pretty much only use WhatsApp myself. But it's got a lot of other nice features. So the send files feature is nice. You can send or receive to or from your computer or your phone. To do that, you have to give the phone permissions to your files. But once you've done that, like for instance, let me see, I can do browse device, and it should allow me to browse the device. That's the main screen. I'll show you more of that in a moment. I think, though, should be able to just click it. At any rate, you can send files back and forth pretty easily. Though it may be going slow at the moment. You can use it as a slideshow remote, which is nice because you can just click forward or back, and you can use the pointer on there, so that's nice for if you do PowerPoints often and you want to have a remote but you don't want to carry a separate thing. You can just use your phone for it. It also has multimedia controls, so like if you're playing a YouTube video or a song, you can get the play, pause, forward track, back track, etc. Remote input is nice. It basically gives you, it turns this into a touchpad. So like you can see me, both of my hands here, and I'm moving the mouse with my phone. That's kind of cool. I don't use it often, but you could use it, especially if you're using, I have used this as a remote for the computer that's hooked up to my TV before, where I don't want to have a separate remote, and I don't want to use a mouse and a keyboard for my TV. I just want to use my phone since my phone's always near me. You can use that to control your computer if it's hooked up to your TV, like mine is. So basically I use my crappy computer for media, whether it's YouTube or if I'm watching the news, you can get live news streams from a couple of websites or Plex or whatever. The multimedia remote and the pointer control are nice to have. What else? And then you can run commands. So I don't do that often. That's really kind of more of a thing that you would probably use more commonly with Linux. It's running terminal commands, but it probably works for Windows. I don't know. I don't use it, so I didn't even bother trying it. But if you wanted to run a custom command, or maybe you wanted to like put your computer to sleep, you could use run command and hit sleep, and it would do that. The other super nice feature of KDE Connect is if you're one of those people who regularly loses their phone right near where you are, like maybe you lose it down in the cushions of the couch or something like that, you can click your computer, click on the phone. Oh, and you can't see this because my face is in the way right now, sorry. But there's a little sub-menu down here. You can hover over your phone. So mine says Redmi 6 because I have a Show Me Redmi 6. And it says browse device, ring device, get a photo, send a file, SMS messages. So I can click ring device on there. And then it shows up right there until you click found it. Now, both of these have to be connected to the same network. So this computer is hardwired, whereas the phone is connected to Wi-Fi, but they're connected to the same network. To get it running, you would install the Android app, and this is the one you're looking for, KDE Connect from the KDE community. And I already have it installed, so I'm not going to install it. It's only a couple of megabytes, not large. And then you have to install this app from the Microsoft App Store, which again, I'll try to remember to copy and paste this link into the description below. But you'll click Get and Install. And once you've done those two things and you open up the KDE Connect app, you'll get this. And this will show no devices. You can click Pair or Find Devices, or you can click Find Devices from the menu on here, if you like. So when you open this up, I don't know if you can see this, but it shows my desktop that's connected, and then it says Pair New Device. And if I click Pair New Device, it kind of works like Bluetooth discovery. So like it will search for other devices, and it will show me this desktop name, and I can click it, and then it will ask me on the desktop if I want to accept, or vice versa. If I find the device through the desktop and click Redmi 6, then on here it will pop up and say, do you accept? Like, will you accept pairing this? Click accept, and it's paired, and then you get all of those nice features. And like I say, it's a small app. They install simply. As for the application on here, again, it's through the Microsoft Store, it's completely free. The app on the App Store is completely free, and it doesn't matter what kind of Android phone you have. I think it might require like Android 4.4, so not the super early versions. But I think this has Android 10, I think, or 11. Might even be 9, and it runs on there. I've got it on my tablet as well, which is Android 11. It runs on there. I've used it on earlier versions as well with Linux, so it should still work with Windows. In Linux, which I'm sure that if you know about Linux, you probably already know about KDE Connect and GS Connect, but basically the interface looks the same, it's just in Linux. You click Pair, and you get those same possible options. The only difference is instead of having an icon down here, with GS Connect, you'll have it in the menu at the top, if I remember correctly. There'll be a KDE icon. And if you're using there'll be a KDE Connect icon. If you're using KDE, it'll be down in the menu bar, since it looks similar to Windows. So anyways, the nicest part about it is, let me see here. I'll shoot myself an email really quickly here. And it should show up right down here in the messages. And let me see, I'll send it from this account. Send. And when it shows up on my phone, you should see the notification show up there as well. Give it a couple of seconds. Sometimes Gmail is slow. It's taking a couple minutes, probably my slow Wi-Fi. At any rate, it will show up here in notifications, and what's nice about that is, again, if you get a message, you'll see the message, and then you can actually type a reply into it as well. So that works really well for like WhatsApp and things like that. So anyways, hopefully this helps somebody out. If you want to connect your Android phone to your computer, try out KDE Connect. It's free completely. It works well. It's been around for years for Linux, and now it's available for Windows. So hopefully this helps somebody. Enjoy.